This recipe falls under don't diss it until you try it, or don't knock it until you try it. Cardamom eggs is one of my favorite breakfasts. All you need is eggs, red onions, salt, black pepper, and cardamom powder. We will start our cooking process by dicing some onions into cubes. You don't have to use the red onions if it's not available to you. You can definitely use a yellow onion. The taste will differ slightly. I prefer to use red onions for this recipe. The amount of onions that you will need depends on the amount of eggs you plan to cook. As a rule of thumb, you can add for each egg one small red onion, about the size that I am using. I am cutting 2 small red onions that I will use for 2 eggs. Once you finish dicing the onions, we are ready to go to the stove. Start by heating your pan with some oil. I'm using here some neutral oil like sunflower or rapeseed oil. Once the oil is hot, you can add in the red onions. Cook your red onions in the oil until they become golden brown. At this stage of cooking, add in some salt to help with the extraction of moisture within the onions. Once your onions are at this stage, it's time to add in the eggs. For this recipe, I have broken the eggs into a small bowl to make adding them to the pan much easier. Today, with this recipe, I decided to cook the eggs scrambled. Now, if you plan to cook in a different method, then you need to take into consideration the addition of spices. If you're going with scrambled eggs, then this is the time to add in the cardamom. You will need about 1 teaspoon of cardamom for 2 eggs. If you want your eggs over hard, then it's better to add in the cardamom with the eggs in the bowl and mix them in together before adding them to the pan. You can never add the cardamom at the end because you need to cook it a little bit to wake up the spices. Just before turning off the heat, add in the salt and black pepper and continue mixing. Give the salt and black pepper a few seconds of cooking before turning off the heat. For the serving suggestion, you can definitely have this with your favorite bread. This time I went with a brioche bun. but I definitely had it before with pita bread, with sourdough, and I even have it with some toast. Another serving suggestion is to add in some butter on the bread. Here I am using a brioche bun, so I didn't need to add some extra butter. But if I'm using like a plain toast, I would definitely butter both sides. It would make a lot of difference. That was our breakfast recipe. If you have any questions or comment, please feel free to leave them below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It would really help us, and share this video with your breakfast buddies. See you on the next video.